We just arrived and bought our tickets for the Sandia Peak tramway. So we are going to take a tram up the side of the mountain. There you can see the clouds moving right over top of us. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Dawn and this channel is Dawn Does Keto. This channel is all about my accountability and my personal journey on the ketogenic diet. This video, however, is part 4 of our chronicles of our trip to Utah, which we are actually headed back east now. As you can see, I'm already windblown and a hot mess from being in the car. We just got done doing something called the Sandia Peak Tramway, which was a tram that takes you about 10,000 feet above sea level into the mountains. So that was pretty cool. And now we are on our way to something called the Blue Hole. This leg of our trip is taking Route 66 or 40 East most of the way back to our house, and we are just stopping at periodically at some of the little kind of like iconic Route 66 touristy things to do. So that is what's going to be included in this video, so stay tuned for the things that we are doing along the way.
Welcome to Texas.
We just arrived at Cadillac Ranch, and just here along the highway you can see where people have just spray painted the concrete barrier. You can even see that people spray paint right on the road. As you can see, we can't get super close because it's flooded. Okay guys, we just arrived at the Route 66 Museum in Oklahoma. It is day 11, by the way. It is Saturday, and we are getting close to wrapping this trip up. I don't even remember payphones having a rotary dial on them. As far back as I can remember, they were push button. Another pit stop to see the big blue whale in Catoosa, Oklahoma. Another Route 66 icon.
Welcome to Missouri.
Good morning. It is day 12. We are really coming into the home stretch here. We have
I can almost feel my own bed.
I was going to say one more night of not sleeping in our own bed. It is Sunday. It is beautiful outside.
It's fantastic. Compared to yesterday morning we woke up to overcast gray skies, the light misty rain in Texas, and today in Missouri. This is like a picture perfect Sunday morning.
Right, and we're on a beautiful farm. We just purchased, for the first time, I've never bought one of these before, we just purchased a cactus or a cacti. How do you say that?
Doesn't matter. They get the point.
And some...
They get the point.
And and some seasoning blends that they make. So we just got done doing that, and we are getting ready to hit the road. It is also our wedding anniversary today.
Yep.
Mike and I have been married for 29 years.
29 wonderful years.
Yeah.
Not 1 ounce of
grief. Not at all. Yeah. We've actually been together for 35 years this year, and since we've been together since I was 15 years old, 35 years with Mike, 15 years without him. I don't really remember much of my life prior to Mike being part of it. So it's just absolutely insane, actually, when you think about it. Like, how can we be this old?
Hence the gray.
Yeah, well, I try to cover
on both
mine
sides.
up.
I'm not saying that just on my side.
I
got
try
the
to
gray
cover
here
mine
and
up.
here, but she's got her gray too. I'm not an easy guy to live with. I don't know how she's done it for all these years.
I don't
But
know what he's talking about. We did not vlog very much yesterday. I did start off, you guys saw the footage from the Route 66 Museum.
Great place.
Yeah, which was very cool. I didn't do it justice recording, but the way that they have it set up is in rooms by decades. and you really see the progression of, you know, prior to Route 66, when you really couldn't travel across the country, it was very difficult. Then when Route 66 was in its heyday, like booming, and people were traveling it and stopping at all these little, you know, side businesses that are still in existence now. And then you see like the decline of it as like the 4-way highway was developed. And so it was a very cool experience. When we left there, we went to a restaurant gas station called Pop's 66. We met up with one of Mike's high school friends and her husband there and had lunch. They bought us lunch that was fabulous. And
the cool thing about this Pop 66 is, you know, as we just mentioned about Route 66 being what it is, you know, it's the nation's first highway
that went all the way, basically all the way across the country.
Main Street USA, as they call it. And again, the museum displayed from start to finish, you know, the heyday. Now it's in preservation mode, because a lot of it you can't travel anymore. So what's left, they're trying to preserve. And a lot of the businesses obviously are no longer viable. But this business was built intentionally on the old historic Route 66 because of what it is. Mm-hmm. They wanted to modernize and try to add to the flavor of Route 66, and that's because
there's still a lot of Route 66 that can be traveled.
Right,
obviously.
We traveled quite a bit of it yesterday.
Yeah, so it was really nice, different scenery. We stopped at the big round red barn. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's kind of like
a little. They restored that because it was a historic.
And there's a gift shops and stuff there. And then we stopped at the Big Blue Whale, which is
something I didn't ever heard of before.
Yeah,
but it's very cool. It was just some guys.
They gave you the history of how it was, you know, why it was built, and you know,
basically built it for his kids in the neighborhood, kids to play in their pond.
Yeah, and it just blew up, like people wanted to stop and see it.
Yeah,
and
so now it's part of the allure of Route 66.
Yeah, and I think, is that all that we did yesterday?
Well, no, we stopped at the cemetery.
Oh, so we stopped at a cemetery in Oklahoma. So
Tulsa.
When Mike growing up and through the 80s, he was a big fan of a comedian, not a very clean comedian, but
he was very controversial.
His name was Sam Kinison.
Sam Kinison, but he died at an early age, 38, in a car accident by a drunk driver. You know, anytime somebody dies tragically and early in life, you know.
Yeah.
He would have been 70 years old. He was 38 when he died in 1992. But because we were out this way and we knew he was buried in a cemetery in Tulsa, and we were going right by there, so we swung by, and he
did have a crazy story though, because his family were very religious. He started off as a preacher actually, and we watched a video yesterday of like someone who went to see like his family's church, and then of course, you know, he went down the path that he went down. He was very addicted to drugs and alcohol. Prior to his accident, he had been clean.
Yeah.
So he had gotten off the drugs and alcohol and everything, and had kind of started turning things around. And then, of course,
ironically,
and he was killed, they believe, by a drunk driver, a young kid,
17-year-old drunk driver.
So it was that's kind of ironic that, you know, he dealt and struggled with drugs and alcohol, then finally, you know, got off of them, but then was killed by a drunk driver. So anyway, all of that being said, we went to see his gravestone yesterday. Yeah. So I think that's everything. Just getting you guys caught up. We are thinking of stopping because it is our anniversary and we don't have a whole lot on the agenda today other than just traveling. Maybe stopping and having some breakfast together. Then we have one more like little side road thing. It's called the world's largest rocking chair that we may stop to see, but other than that, at this point, it's just getting home.
We're getting into full-blown get home mode because it's been a great trip.
Tomorrow's Memorial Day,
and so we originally wanted to be home today, but we decided to take an extra day so we didn't have to rush and drive as long. But that means we're getting home tomorrow, and we got to go back to work on Tuesday.
So we have it set up that hopefully Monday, Memorial Day, we will get home early in the day, so we do have some time to just unwind a little bit prior to then going back to work. So that is the plan, and I thank you guys again so much for coming along on this journey and this
have
trip.
A choice. We forced them.
No, they don't have to watch. But we appreciate you guys watching and commenting and just being here for this whole thing. And we will see you guys in the next clip or the next pictures. Because again, I'm really bad at vlogging, but we'll see you guys next time. Hey guys, so we stopped at this little cafe for an anniversary breakfast, and just want to be completely honest, I'm going off plan. Okay guys, not going to go into detail, but our anniversary has turned into a full-on off-plan day. But I'm done. I'm not eating nothing else. And we are leaving Uranus. And let me tell you, I've never seen so many puns in all of my life. I'll share some pictures with you guys. This was our last Harvest host stay of this trip. We stayed at a place called Today's Harvest, and we are getting ready to wrap this up, guys. This is it, day 13. This is the final vlog from our camper. It is Monday. It is Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day, everyone. We're packing everything up. We are going to head home. We're about 3 hours away from home, from a shower, from our own beds. We need to get our camper kind of cleaned up after this long trip once we get back. And then hopefully we can at least enjoy the rest of the evening.
Yeah. Something tells me that's not going to happen. We never enjoy the rest of the evening. There's always something else to do.
No, once we get the camper put away, I think I'm done.
We'll see.
There's going to be laundry and stuff to do, but you know what? That can wait until tomorrow. But that's it, guys. Thanks again so much for coming along on this journey with us. Thank you for watching our videos. Thank you for commenting and being a part of our community. We appreciate you guys so much, and we will see you guys in the next video.